Hi guys, Jackie here. I'm just working on this. I just opened it up and decided to work on it a little bit, so I thought, well, I'll just bring you along. So I decided to put this in the back of this first signature here, and I have left, you know what, I was going to, and I meant to not glue that down, and I really haven't. I've just got that. Okay, so that's all going in there. So we need to make a tag to go in here, and at some point I'm gonna have to copy out some more of these pages. So this is really going to be book lovers, because I did these papers from Antique Papery that are her book lovers pages. So they have books and ink, and so I have put in my signatures. I have backed all of these with coffee stain paper and sewn around them. This is some avocado dyed paper that I did. This is from a quite old, an antique dictionary that's very small, and it's like the R's. It's only the R's. This is some vintage ledger paper that I got from Emily. And then there's that. And then this is from a plumber's guide from my dad. He was a mason, firstly, and a carpenter. And he did beautiful stonework, masonry work. And this was a plumbing how-to book was one of the books in his shop that I had asked my mom if I could have. So that's vintage, probably. Yep, vintage. And some coffee dye paper. Oh my goodness, this is just slip sliding everywhere, so I'm just going to pull it out like this so you can just... And then the other signature, it's the same paper, so I'm not going to go through that one with you, but this is like art book paper. And there's an envelope. We'll see the other side in a minute. And just some Kool-Aid dyed paper here, and more of this. This is from a book. Do I still have it sitting here? Yes, I do. This is from Poems of the Countryside, and this is what is his name? Gordon Benningfield. And it's just beautiful, soft watercolors, and I love them, and I've actually had this book for a couple years now, and this is the first time I'm using it, but I've come to the realization, you bought these things, let's share them and use them. So this is just beautiful, and I didn't know how else to kind of put it in without cutting, and I wanted to show the whole thing. So I thought that was very pretty with the pink, and I sewed around all these pages also. And this is the other side of that. What's his name again? Gordon Benningfield. And there's a beautiful bird. And then there are poems. So, for instance, on the inside of this one, there's this beautiful picture and the poem Chalk Blue. So these are not by Mr. Benningfield. This is by Stephen Splendor. This is 1909. He was born in 1909. So, yeah. Okay, and then just on, and that's about it. Oh, here's the envelope that I did. So I just did one of these for each signature, and just, put, this is Antique Papery, and these are Shabby Dabby Doodah, and I'm not sure, I think these are they're either Rachel's or Tracy's, not sure. Some beautiful lace. So, and that's gonna have something in there too. These envelopes, I covered this because it's that blue checked kind of envelope that I had that's that blue in there. So yeah, the other side of that plumbing book. Okay, and this is the other side of that dictionary page. There's one of those in each signature. All right, so then I just put this on the back here. I want to make sure that's not glued down. So we need to make a tag for that. And we needed a tag. Where else do we need a tag? I guess, oh, we needed something to go in the envelope. Okay, that's fine. So this tag can be, it's going to be a pretty big tag. So it could be, if we do it, let's do it like 7. That's all the way to the bottom, isn't it? So let's do it like 7, and then it can stick up a little bit, and maybe it will have a little something going up there. So we're going to do a 7-inch tag by, probably we have to leave the glue and all, so let's say, let's say 3.5. 7 by 3.5 will be our tag size to go in there. Okay, so let's see, what do we have left for paper here? Oh, these are not the book pages. Do I have a book page? No. But we did use some of this, and I do have these. I mean, these are all antique papery. They're just not all from the book lovers. You know, she sells like sets of paper, like 3 papers or 6 papers. The book paper was a set of 6. So, and some are sets of 3, and I just love it. It's just so gorgeous. All right, let's get ourselves a little something from my ephemera, from Miss Emily, and see if there's anything that would be along the lines of that 3 by 7, 3.5 by 7, right? Okay, what did I do with my ruler? Oh, here it is. Shoosh. All right, so that is a little bigger. So we'll probably fold. Will we fold it? Probably not fold it. We'll probably cut it off. Let's see what else there is. These are coffee dyed, so no, they're even taller. Okay, that's fine. Let's look and see what else. Can you see this box of your goodness? Maybe. That's one I had made. What size are these? So that's like 6 1/4. Are these? What size are these? They're not much bigger, are they? And that's that. Well, we could do one of these. It would be fine. It doesn't have to be that big, you know. Let's see. Yeah, I guess we'll just go ahead and do one of these. Okay. So this would probably go in our envelope too, actually. So this is going to end up being 6 1/4 by 3, exactly. So that's good. All right, so when I make these, I don't like to cover them totally up. So we're just going to put a little bit of something. I'm going to rip just along the edge here. How's everybody doing? I hope everybody's doing awesome. And I hope where you are, you're having some lovely weather also. The weather here has been unbelievably beautiful. I love it when it's hot, and it is probably about 90 degrees out today. I just went out with the dog and the cats and brought Emma back in because it's too hot to leave her out, and she doesn't like to stay out much by herself. But little girl's been out since 9 this morning or so. She just hangs out in the shade or in the sun, and I put some water out for her, and she's loving it. I think she likes to get away from Cooper, because Cooper only goes out if I go out with him still. He's pretty good though. He does go off a little tiny bit, but he comes back to find me, and he's pretty good. If I call him, he comes. I'm telling you. he thinks he's part dog. You know, he hangs out with Emma. He runs after her. Wherever she kind of goes, he'll chase after her. It's so cute. All right. I hate to cover that up too much because that is very cool down there. Maybe I'll put this on the back side. So, you know, you can put this down and you can still journal over something like this. These I've just done on copy paper for now because I just have printed one set of them and I knew I was going to use them for papers and I knew I wanted to back them with coffee dyes. So I just did them on the regular copy paper. So they're just so pretty. This is a little more, a bigger pattern. I love the dainty patterns. It's just, I love it. I love it. I love it. I'm going to put a little piece of that on here, actually. And I'm doing a little bit of inking on here. I'm leaving it pretty white. I didn't ink around any of the pages because I just kind of wanted to leave it so it's really a white and pink journal because it's on that beautiful Tim Holtz paper. Okay, layer that up. That would have been fun to put a piece of fabric or something on under there. Can I get it back off? Oh, I can. Let's see, a little piece of sari silk or something. Let's see what I have. I have this little piece of a cut-off thing. Let's see about a piece of this. That's cut off from the edge of something. I'm not sure what, but that's always fun. Oh, I love this weather. It's just, I love to be able to go outside, sit in the shade and read a little bit. I have a little maple tree out on my side yard by my driveway. And it grew there just, you know, it just started growing and I let it grow and it's now probably, at least 12 feet tall. I mean, it's still a young tree. And it's now making a nice shade so I could put a chair out there and just kind of hang out in the shade and read because I do love reading. However, I love crafting too, so it's kind of, you know, I like to spend my days just doing this and that and the other and, you know, trying to do a little bit of everything. And so that's been fun. And Emma will come and hang out with me and lay in the grass like that. She doesn't particularly want to do that by herself. She really wants someone to be out with her. She's a bit of a social one. Okay, and I think I had this going this way, but I don't want to cover that all up, so we're going to turn it this way instead. There, I like that with just a little layering underneath. And that's probably all I'm going to put on that side. Now, on this side, this is where I cut a piece to go in the envelope. So I think I'm going to just rip this down. I might just rip it crossways like that. Now, if I kept this really flat, this could be a little pocket. I don't know. It might be a little dark here. I don't know. I only have my one light on. And see if it's very dark. Well, I don't think it's too bad. All right, so maybe we'll put this now. We could, here's a little piece of something. We could make this a little pocket here. I think that would be fun because then you'd have journaling space here, plus you'd have something in here, not necessarily that because it's not big enough. I mean, yeah, it's not a big enough piece, but that could work. And, you know, cut it down and fold it over. So I think I will do that. But I was thinking I wanted a little piece of something along the edge. This is a beautiful piece of ribbon that could go right along there. I always have a hard time covering things up because I don't want to cover things up too much. Okay, that would be very pretty. I think so. Oops. Yeah, so it's beautiful here, has been for the last few days. And it's very exciting. I talked to my eldest daughter this morning. Actually, she called me and she said, "Hey, Mom, what do you think? Would you like to come over this weekend?" So I haven't seen my daughters and my granddaughters and my son-in-laws for 2.5 months. That is probably the longest I may have ever gone without seeing them, even when they were in college, because they were still here in the state of Vermont. My girls were for their undergrads. So they came home a lot, and I went up to football games and things like that at Castleton, which is only about an hour from here. It's actually, whoops, I don't want glue there. It's where I went to college too. I went to college after I was married. I was married at 20, so I was very young. But that is where I went to college, and I drove back and forth. I did not live there. So anyway, so it's been a long time that I have been away from them and my grandbabies. So my grandsons I have seen several times now, and that's been just fabulous. So anyway, yeah, I'm going to do that this weekend. Go over there, which is going to be, and I haven't seen them, and I mean, they're more worried about giving me something, than they are about me giving them anything, because I have been super vigilant about not seeing anybody or anything like that. And come on, trying to just open this back up. I don't know why. It's because this is a flimsy piece of paper, basically. Okay, there we go. Yeah, for two months I hadn't seen anybody, and then I just started seeing my grandsons, and have done a little bit of that. So we're feeling like I could go and see them. I mean, we're not going to be going out doing anything, all crazy or anything, but just just hanging out together and getting to see them. And so that's going to be super awesome. I want to get some plants. My daughter found a great gardening center to get some plants, and I want to get some basil and some peppers, and they're like $1 a piece for the plants, and I think that is a very good deal. And they're a plant. You don't have to buy like 6 or something. Okay, so I'm just making a little envelope. You can make these out of any size paper, just folding it in, like that, and just folding it up, and then you have got yourself a little envelope. I'm going to just fold that up a little bit more. I may have to turn the light on so I can see better. Yeah, it may not be dark for you. And then I think I can just kind of, oops, it's going through the side. It can just sort of pop like that, maybe, and it can, well, it does fit, actually, so it can go in. That's kind of cute, right? I think so. I am going to turn on my other light here. Just because. Oh. So, in southern Vermont, we don't get a whole lot of these days. Sometimes our summers are really warm. We have not had a super warm summer in a few years. Like we might have a week or 2 of 90s, maybe getting a little warmer than that. And never, I mean, this is not, at this time of year is not a usual thing to be this warm. I am not complaining. I love it. Love it. I mean, this is the weather my mom's having in Tennessee right now. And she loves the warm weather also, the hot weather. This is hot weather for here. So I am very grateful for that. All right, let's see. Let's do a little bit over here. So I hope the weather is giving you some nice sunshine and heat if you love it. If you don't, then stay where it's cool. Just make sure you drink a lot of water. Hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. That's the thing. Sunscreen and sunscreen, which I've been a little bit lapse about. I mean, I haven't been outside very much today, actually, and I think I got a little color. I think I did yesterday, too, because I did get some mowing accomplished yesterday. And so, got my swing set going. It's going to be so much fun. My parents are a little waffly if their kids are coming back or not. I'm like, well, Monday's coming, guys. You gotta kind of give me a heads up. I need a little heads up about who's gonna be here. You know, you can't just show up on me. It's a little worrisome to me, but I'm sure we're gonna be fine. This needs to go up a little bit there. I'm sure. And we're just going to leave it like this. I'm not going to glue it because, you know, then you can open it right up. You can write under here. It can be a little hidey spot for some messages. So I think that's super nice. No. Where was I putting this again? Right in here. Okay. And it's still, you know, really flat. So it's going to fit down in our pocket here. So this is going to go down in here. Yep, very good. Yep, perfect. And then I'm going to put a little, I guess I'll put a little piece of this. Sorry, still have some. So I'm going to put a little piece of that on the top. Oh, goodness. I could not get to sleep last night. Well, for one thing, it was really hot in my bedroom. I did have a fan going. And I do have an air conditioner, which I could pop in there, and I guess I probably will someday, maybe today, because I know it's going to be hot in there tonight too. And I don't mind sleeping when it's warm, but I can't sleep well when it's hot. So yeah, it was almost midnight when I went to sleep last night, which is really super late for me. Super late. I'm usually asleep by 9:30. So, yeah. But it's okay. It happens. And I just kept reading and whatever. Okay, so that's cute, right? All right, so now we need to make one for our little envelope. Let's get him out. So we need to put, I have to make I should have done some things. I will do some on cardstock and also back it onto something a little heftier. I should have done that right now while I was working on this. Like, for instance, this is a bigger size of index card, but that's not going to fit in there, so that's a little wide. How wide is it? Oh, not too much. I can just cut it down like half an inch, maybe. Let's do that. Let's see if I can cut straight. I doubt it. I should really get out my cutter, but let's see. So what have you guys been working on making? I got caught up with Gail this morning watching yesterday's video, And today's video, she's making a cool a dual journal, I think she's calling it. And she pretty much thinks it's her invention because she can't find anything anywhere that's like it. So I am happy for her with that. And it's pretty cool. I've got to make one too. It's like, there's so many fun things to make. It's so hard to do everything. All right, I think I'm gonna, yeah, let's do, let's rip this. So right about here, I think, and then probably right about here. Yep, okay, let's just rip a little teens off the side here, because I want that all to have a torn edge look. Nice, and then we'll give this a little zhuzh around. I really should be doing, you know, some coffee dyeing too, and get that outside to dry on the lawn on these hot days, because it is, it's so nice and it's not windy. So my pages wouldn't be going everywhere. I also really want to try some eco dyeing again. But I've got to do a little more research on that and remind myself how to do it and all that, because I did some last summer. It was okay. It wasn't fabulous. So, you know. I'm just thinking I might like to put a little bit of a lot of my, I don't know what year kindergartners, probably my 4th or 5th, maybe even 6th year kindergartners from when I was a kindergarten teacher, graduated from high school this weekend. They did a parade. I did not go, but they did a parade, and all the fire trucks and, you know, all that jazz. And each kiddo could have their car with their moms and dads or whatever, and they, you know, could decorate their cars and drive through town, not my town, but where the high school is. One of the high schools they can go to. It's in Manchester, so it's about 20 minutes, 25 minutes away. So that was kind of cool. I watched videos of that, and said congratulations to all those kiddos that were little babies just yesterday. Yeah, it's so weird to think of them. I mean, it's hard enough with your own kids, but then you see the kids that you've been, you know, that you've taught, and you think, holy catfish, where did the time go? Okay. I like that. I'm going to go a little bit down on this, though. Okay. Yeah, where did the time go? I think kindergarten is, I mean, every grade has its difficulties in, you know, teaching and whatever, but you gotta realize when little babies come in to kindergarten, they're only 5. They've only been on this earth for 5 years, and you've got to teach them I mean, not only the academic pieces, but you have to teach them, you know, where's the bathroom, how to get your lunch in the lunchroom, how to we get to gym, and no, the teacher's not staying while you're in PE class, and you need to make sure they learn how to get on the right bus to go home, or where to go to wait for their moms or dads to pick them up, and just how to move through the building. It's a huge learning curve for these kiddos, and it is a tough job. I mean, I loved it. I loved it, but it is a tough job. And I guess I had the same teaching partner for the whole, 15 years that I was working at that school. And she and I are friends outside of school even, but I don't think we ever really realized how difficult it was until like a couple years ago. She moved from kindergarten to teaching first grade, which I had already retired, sort of, and had been working with daycares. And she said, Jackie, you wouldn't believe how much easier first grade is, because they already know all that little stuff, and they can do it so much better. They can carry their lunch tray without spilling it. They can open their milk without it spilling. You don't have to do that. And, there's just all those little things that people don't think about, that, you have to open their yogurts, you have to open all their stuff. Usually, I mean, some kids are quite prepared to do that stuff themselves. But, oh, wow, it's just crazy. It's crazy. So she's been back and forth from kindergarten. She went to first grade, then she had to move back for a year because there were so many kindergartners. I think that was this year she moved back, and she taught a class, and then the two regular kindergarten teachers taught together in a classroom. But I mean, Bev only had like 12 kids, and then the other teachers had like 24 or 26. And I'm thinking, holy moly, there was a year when I had 22 in one kindergarten room, because that was the year we had huge kindergarten classes, and when they went to first grade, they put them into 3. So Bev went to teach first grade that year, and I stayed in kindergarten, and I had 22 5-year-olds in my room. Want to try that? With, I think I did have a special needs TA in my room, teaching assistant. But that was for the special ed. That was for the special needs kiddo, not for me, not to help me. But, okay, where is that other envelope? I'm just trying to see where it goes. Did I not put my other envelope in yet? I thought so. I thought I had made 2. Well, where did I have it? Let's see. Where did I have it? Maybe. Did I have it right? Maybe I had it here. I'm not really sure. I gotta turn that the other way. It's gonna be this way. Okay, there we go. I'm not sure if that's where I had it, but it's fine right there. All right, so I wanted to put something else in my other envelope, but it is, oh, there it is. My goodness. Okay, so I'll leave that like that. So this one is like this. I really love the way that came out. It got all crazy when I did this, okay? It just got all crazy because, see, that still doesn't want to stick. Yeah, I was trying to get this paper on, and I thought I was only going to cover this, and then I wanted to cover this, so that was a separate piece, and then it wasn't coming out right, and I cut it, so then I cut through this, so I had to washi tape that together. Oh, boy, yeah. It was a bit of a struggle, but I got it. And I'm just kind of leaving that like that. I don't know why, but I am. All right, so this needs, oh gosh, just filled that up before the video. So this needs something in there. And I may just put, I'm gonna rip this off. And I'm gonna kind of roll this. I just watched Angela Carr or Kerr, I'm not sure how you pronounce her name, do this on a piece that she was making on an envelope, and left a raggedy piece like this and rolled it up kind of. So it's kind of interesting. So I'm just going to get a piece of some paper, maybe even just this. This is some of my art paper that I coffee dyed, and I took the rings I didn't take the rings off the cardboard part of the book, but I was able to slide the paper out without ripping the holes, and I like that look a lot. So this is just going to be easy peasy. I'm just putting this in like this for extra journaling space. Okay, and so that goes here. Okay, so those are done. Let's see what time it is. Oh, I'm sticking to my chair, sorry. Okay. I think we'll stop there, and I will be back and we'll do some more of this book. All right, thanks for watching, guys, and have a wonderful day and stay safe and healthy. Bye.